Hey everyone, if your Google business profile is optimized, your website is solid, and you're still stuck outside of the local map pack, then this video is probably the missing piece that you're looking for. Today I'm going to show you a simple Google search that you can actually run to find local sponsorship opportunities and links that most businesses never even think to look for. I'm talking about local links that are affordable, truly local, and that can stay live on a website for years. And most businesses don't even know that you can do this, which is exactly why it works. So let's get into it. So when it comes to local SEO, most businesses find themselves in a situation where they feel stuck. They've already optimized their Google business profile. They've cleaned up their website and have good structure with service and location pages. They've added good content like FAQs on their pages to answer questions. And then it feels like the rankings just kind of stop or hit a wall. And that's because at a certain point, the on-page SEO work that you do does kind of hit a ceiling. To break this ceiling, Google needs some external signals to help build trust and authority to your business about the areas that it serves. And some of the best signals that Google can confirm externally can come from local businesses in your area that link to your business. And when it comes to local SEO, not all links are created equal. One strong local link can outweigh a handful of just generic links that are kind of meaningless. And this is why sponsorship links are so powerful for your business. And the reason why is because a link like this sends three types of signals to Google. Number one is that you actually operate in this location. 2, that you're connected to local organizations. And 3, that you're a real business, not just a website. And unlike other link tactics, getting sponsorship links is simple, clean, and relatively inexpensive. And here's the part that's really exciting. Most business owners think that finding sponsorships is actually really hard to do, but they're actually not. They're literally just hiding in plain sight. Google already knows where these sponsorships are. You just need to tell Google how to show it to you. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So all you have to do is open up a blank Google window, and here's the exact search that you're going to type in. And it starts with your city name, space, and then you're going to type in URL, sponsors. So for example, if you're in Austin, it would be Austin URL, sponsors. And when you hit enter here, you're going to see that a whole bunch of different websites that offer sponsorships will come up. Now this can be a little bit messy, but if you want this to be a little bit cleaner, or have just a little bit better view, if you go up to more and click web, it'll just kind of nicely put them all on one page. So if we scroll through here, you can see, right, like there's the Austin Film Festival, KUT Radio, there's an Ascension Marathon, and so forth, right? These are local initiatives, local businesses, local things that are happening in Austin that have very clear, strong signals to Google that this is the actual location where these places and things are located. So what this will usually surface is things like nonprofits, community organizations, local events, charities, school programs, and more. The reason why getting links on a sponsorship site like this is so powerful, contextually, it makes sense to Google that it's local, and the link can be extremely long lasting. Most sponsorship links don't disappear in a month. They typically will sit on those pages for years. So from an SEO standpoint, that's a compounding asset, not just a temporary boost. So just to kind of see how these links look, if we go ahead and click on the sponsors for the Austin Film Festival link, you can see here that as you scroll down, you'll see this thank you to all of our sponsors section. And here they have logos that are actually linking out. So this isn't one that I technically would pick because you don't get an anchor text link where you could actually put the name of your business, or even better yet, Bob's Plumbing in Austin, right? If they allow you to have the anchor text. And let's talk about that just for a quick moment. Most of the time, you're not going to have control of what that anchor text is going to be. Typically, it's always going to be your business name or your brand name, and that's okay. But one little tip or trick that I would have for you is to see if that website is willing to take a blurb of text. And the reason for this is even though the anchor text would be your name or your brand name, if there's a chunk of text there that says, hey, Bob's Plumbing in Austin is a plumbing company in Austin that's been around for 15 years, whatever, that blurb helps give context or semantic context to what that link means. That's just going to help Google even more to surface your business when there's local searches being made. And this is an important thing that I really want to make sure that you understand. Google doesn't just look at the link. It's reading the sentences that the link lives in or that surround the anchor text link. So if you can, a blurb is really helpful, because you can talk about the service that you offer, you can talk about the location that you service, and you can talk about the other local areas that you're willing to service as well. So let's go quickly over how to vet and make sure which sort of sponsorship that you want, right? Like I already showed you an example where they just had the logo linking out. That link's still okay, but there's no anchor text, right? It's not giving any branding or your business name, or better yet, a blurb of information. So if we go through here, let's just take a look at a couple of these and I'll help you to see how I would make the determination whether or not this would be a good sponsor. So let's look at this KFMA radio. If we take a look at this sponsorship page, this is great, right? They just have anchor text and they're just using the company name. Now, it doesn't look like these guys have any blurbs, but if it's relatively cheap to get a link here to your name, your brand name, this is fantastic. So the second thing you want to do is make sure that these websites do not have a no follow, right? You want a do follow link, especially if you're going to pay for a sponsorship. So the really easy way to make sure that this is the case is if you right click on the page, you can go to inspect. So if I click on this link here with the inspect element, you can see right here the code, right? So we have the AAHREF code. There is not anything in there about no follow or anything like that. So this is a do follow link. This would be a great sponsorship link. So let's look at another one here. Here's one for Austin Torch. So if we go ahead and click on this, and we click on their sponsors page, this is obviously some sort of sports community or, sports organization in the community. But if we scroll down, this is it. This is kind of the ultimate one you're looking for, right? It's got your logo, but it also has the ability for a blurb. And then you actually have an anchor text link using what you want here. So ideally you could put something like, if I was, Bob's Plumber in Austin, I'd want to put plumbing company in Austin, right? Or plumber in Austin would be the anchor text that would go to my website. If I can't do that, still just having the anchor text be the name of your business is still great. But having the blurb around it here is awesome because it gives that extra context to Google to tell you where it is that you service, what it is that you do, and helps make the anchor text link contextually make sense to Google. So again, we're just going to double check and see if this is a do follow or a no follow. So if we right click in here and we go to inspect, we're going to just click the element here. We're going to click on this anchor text link. And you can see here that there is no follow language in here, which means that this is most likely a do follow link. This would be a fantastic one if I was a company in Austin looking for some local links to reach out to. And once you've kind of gone through and vetted out the sponsors that you want to reach out to, reaching out to them is actually really simple. And I would recommend reaching out with something like this. Hey, I saw your sponsorship page and I wanted to see if you're currently accepting local business sponsors. I'm based in X city and would love to support what you're doing. No SEO pitch, no keyword talk, just support first. This will open the conversation for you to talk and decide how much does it cost, number one, to get a sponsorship. What does that include? Does that mean you get a link on their site? Does that mean you just get your logo on your site? Does that mean that you get a link and a blurb? This is where you can just kind of open the conversation to see if it's the right thing for you. And like I said, I wouldn't entertain a sponsorship that just gets you your logo on a site and links to your site. You need an anchor text link. So even if it's just the name of your business, that's fine. But the holy grail is getting an anchor text link along with a blurb. So now let's talk about where this fits into your SEO strategy. Now, personally, I don't think this is the very first thing that you should do. I think doing this works best after your Google business profile is optimized, your website structure is solid with services and area pages, and you basically feel like your on-page SEO is pretty dialed in. Once you've done those three things, it is kind of the natural time to look outside of your website to pull some levers to get some external links. And when you've kind of reached that point, this would be the first place I would start. So now let me go over a couple of common mistakes to avoid. Don't chase irrelevant cities. So in this Austin example, if I only provide services in Austin and maybe 2 or 3 surrounding cities, those would be the only cluster of cities that I'm interested in getting anchor text links for. So for example, Round Rock is just a little bit north of Austin. If I'm a service business and I do provide services in Round Rock, I would want to put that same Google search that I showed you, but with Round Rock in there and find some sponsorship opportunities there. So ideally in the anchor text, again, if I was a plumber, I'd want to say plumber in Round Rock and have that be the link to my site. If they can't do that, I'm still okay to just have my business name in there. But if I can have my business name in a blurb, in the blurb, I would want to explain that we provide plumbing services in Round Rock, Texas. And you would essentially do the same thing for the surrounding cities that you actually service. What you do not want to do is pick cities that you don't service and do this link building strategy. That totally negates the whole purpose of creating local links because now they no longer become local. So only focus on the immediate cities that you actually service when doing this local link building strategy. Now, creating local links is just one piece of the local SEO puzzle. So if you want to learn the exact local SEO framework that our experts use to get great results for our clients, then you need to join our school community. Inside of our school community, you can unlock our local SEO course. This course will show you from start to finish all of the pieces of local SEO to help you to rank high in the Google Map Pack in as little as 30 days. So if you want to rank higher on Google, join our community by clicking the link in the description. And if you found this video helpful, please make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you'll be alerted when we put out more helpful content like this. And if you want another helpful local SEO tip, then make sure that you watch this video. In this video, we go over one of the key elements of local SEO to help you to rank higher in the Map Pack. So click this video and we'll see you over there.